ET curve can be found from the Ines tools once it is activated for the profile. ET curve shows in facility level the dependence between its energy consumption and the outside temperature, as well as the breakpoints for heating and possible cooling energy. The report's information is defined with the options in the left panel. From the Facility drop-down menu, select or search the facility whose consumptions you want to view. Next, select the quantity, for example electricity, district heating, or total energy. You can view either measured consumption or specific consumption. If you choose specific consumption, you also have to choose which property you want to use for the specific consumption. Next, on the left panel are the settings for ET curve calculation. You can use the default time period, which is the latest 12 months, or set the time period manually by selecting the advanced checkbox. From the frequency drop-down menu, you can select weekly, daily, or hourly values. The viewed hours can be limited to the desired time interval by selecting operational hours and setting the start and end hours in the activated field. For example, for an office, operational hours could be from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you want to analyze a time outside these hours, this can be done by clicking the Invert Hour Interval selection. You can also choose to view the data of working days only from Monday to Friday. Next are the options for the values showed in the graph. You can use either predefined time period or custom dates for the measurement points. After the selections, the report is retrieved by pressing the Update button. In the graph, the x-axis shows the average outside temperature of the selected time frequency, and the y-axis the energy consumption during the same period. The middle blue line is the ET curve, and above and below you can see the deviation lines of +10 and -10 percentages. From the consumption values, the most recent 10% of values are highlighted with yellow, and the last value with red color. You can highlight or hide the curves or values by hovering and clicking the data labels next to the graph. ET curve shows the breaking point for heating, and if the selected energy quantity is used for cooling, it will also show the cooling breaking point. You can save any ET curve for later review. This is done by pressing the three dots button above the graph and selecting Settings from the menu. Settings for the curve to be saved are defined in the opened window. Select the target, quantity, and whether to view consumption or specific consumption. Name the graph to be saved, set the frequency level and time period. You can edit the graph by manually setting 4 different X and Y values, and change the deviation shown with red and green lines. If no information is set, the details are automatically filled in the graph preview. Last, select the time period for showing values. You can preview the graph by clicking the Preview button, and if needed, edit the X and Y values also at this point if needed. Save the ET curve by pressing the Save button. After the graph is saved, you can open it by selecting the facility from the ET curve menu and clicking Saved ET curve.